Somewhere between who you think you are and who you're afraid to become, there's a battlefield. And most people don't even know they're standing on it. You feel it in quiet moments, that internal tension, the itch under your skin when you're not distracted. It's the clash between the persona you've carefully built and the self you've quietly buried. This isn't depression, it isn't anxiety. It's the beginning of something far stranger, the confrontation with your inner truth. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Sounds poetic, but what happens when you actually do make the unconscious conscious? Nobody tells you how violent that can feel. At first, self-discovery sounds noble, enlightened. But as you dig deeper, the light doesn't pour in, the shadows do. And that's where most people stop. They say, "I want to heal." But what they mean is, "I want to feel better, not see better." Because seeing clearly means admitting that you've lived behind masks. Some passed down, some self-forged, and all of them convincing. It's easier to blame your job, your ex, your childhood, the system. But it's harder, almost unbearable, to admit that the one avoiding truth is you. Jung called this the shadow, the rejected parts of ourselves we exile into the dark because they don't fit the image we're trying to sell to the world. But here's the brutal irony. Everything you seek, authenticity, clarity, peace, is buried in that darkness. This is where the inner war begins. Your ego wants to stay safe. The shadow wants to be seen. And the soul? The soul just wants truth. But truth doesn't comfort. Truth disrupts. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. A friend once told me, "I thought self-awareness would bring me calm. Instead, it made everything louder." That's the paradox. Growth isn't a gentle unfolding, it's demolition, reconstruction, integration. You don't become yourself by chasing light. You become yourself by standing in the dark long enough to recognize it's you staring back. And in that moment, the war becomes a conversation. It softens. You stop trying to kill parts of yourself and start inviting them to the table. You ask, "Why are you angry? Why are you afraid? What have I been ignoring?" This is when individuation begins. Not when you meditate or journal or read philosophy, but when you're finally honest with yourself. When the voice in your head becomes less of a critic and more of a guide. Not perfect, not peaceful all the time, but real. Carl Jung didn't want people to chase happiness. He wanted them to become whole, to let the contradictions coexist, to embrace the sacred mess of being human. So if you feel like you're falling apart, you're not broken. You're becoming aware. If you feel disconnected, you're not lost. You're waking up to the fact that you were never really connected to your true self in the first place. And if you feel like you're in a war with yourself, maybe it's time to stop fighting and start listening. Thanks for watching. If this sparked something in you, hit like and subscribe for more deep dives into the soul. Your journey is just beginning and you don't have to walk it alone.